Welcome to Conversations That Build, where we go beyond titles and we talk about the real journey behind success. Today's guest is a woman who embodies vision, leadership, discipline, and legacy. She's a leader who shows us what it looks like to build with purpose. I'm honored to sit with Sandra Justice. So thank you for being here today. Welcome to the show.
It is truly a pleasure for me to be here today. Thank you for inviting me.
You're welcome. Honestly, how do you feel today?
I feel absolutely fantastic. This is a day that the Lord has made. We will rejoice and be glad in it. So I feel highly blessed.
So if someone met you today, like for the first time, what would surprise them about you?
My humility. People tend to sometimes see you and have a preconceived notion of who you are. And then they get to know you or have a conversation. And then they realize that you're more deep than the surface. Yeah.
I can say when I first met you, it was the energy, the
Thank
confidence,
you.
and the way you like, when you saw a woman like who carry herself like correctly.
Yeah, thank you. And I love the sophistication and the elegance with you too.
Okay, thank you. Yes, so people know you as an insurance agent, real estate professional, an actress, executive producer, former Miss 80, and the director of Miss Shukon International. So who is Sandra when no one is watching?
The funny thing is, Sandra is who you see, whether you're watching or not watching, because you always have to be true to yourself. Because everything you see on the physical, on the outside, is a outcome of the inside. So there's really no way that you can be one person in public and another behind closed doors. You could do it for a little bit. You can for a little bit, but eventually it's going to show. So I choose to be me inside and out at all times.
Yes, so that means whenever you fake it, so
Eventually, yeah. Because I know they say, oh, you don't know who people are behind closed doors. I do agree because we have a level of privacy, but the energy never lies. And no matter how much you fake it, that mask is going to come off.
Yes.
Yeah.
True. I can tell. Yes. Take us back to the beginning. What was your life before the titles, before your success?
My life, in my head, I always had the titles and the success. And ever since I was a little girl, I know I wanted to be in entertainment. I know I wanted to be in film. I knew I wanted to be in productions. I knew I wanted to help people. Anybody who knew me from kindergarten, because I grew up here in Miami, anybody who knew me from school anywhere till this very day, they know I'm very consistent. I'm still doing the same things I always dreamed about and spoke about. So before the titles, it was already in my mind. I imagined it, one. And secondly, a child of God,
Yes.
A person who just loved people, a person who believed in being kind, being genuine, and caring.
Yes. So being kind is like the thing. I can say like when you are yourself and nobody can change you, and also like being obedient too. It's
Yeah, definitely.
like what really pushed you to want more?
What pushed me to want more is that I know and I feel that God has a calling in my life. I know that I was not put in this earth just to live day to day. I feel that we all come with gifts, and I've been blessed early on to know that my ministry have been people, my ministry have been women, and God has strategically placed me into places, so is knowing that there's more in me and that has to come out.
Knowing your purpose.
Yeah, it's something that does not allow you to sleep at night. No matter who you are, where you are, you feel like there's that pull inside of you. Or either you know what it is, or you're in this relentless pursuit to know what it is. Yeah.
That means even though you try something and you fail, you still say yes. You gotta do it because
You're gonna think I'm weird. I don't think I fail. I think that Um, yeah, because to fail into something is that you never learned.
Yeah.
So if you do something and you're not successful or it's not working out at the time, it's all based on how you perceive it. You should either perceive it as you failed and it's not working out, or you can perceive it as a learning lesson and say, you know what? I'm going to find what I've learned in this. So turn anything negative into something positive because there's always a lesson to learn. So,
Yes. Yes. What was the hardest moment in your journey where quitting felt easier than continuing?
I never. Are you gonna think I'm weird again?
No.
Because your question is what point in my life where I felt that quitting was easier?
Yes.
I never felt that way. I never felt that way because I said to myself, if I didn't do that, then what? I couldn't tell what was. So the only way I feel that quitting felt easier is when you have other options. I always have other options, but if there's other things you wanted to do, so that's like going into something with a plan B. And I've learned early on that there is no plan B. You know, if I'm plan B is planning to fail. So if God placed it in my heart and I prayed about it and I feel like everywhere I turn and everything I do, it just won't let me go. And I feel like this is the direction God is calling me. Either, however I do it, I'm going to do it because I feel that this is where my heart is. This is what God wants me to do. Just because I'm not there at the moment, just because I'm not there yet, doesn't mean that's not what I'm supposed to do.
Oh, yeah.
I do believe in that God qualifies the calls. He doesn't call the qualified, but he qualifies the call. So everything I'm going through and learning through the process is preparing me for where he's leading me. So just because I don't have the answers or I can't do it at the time, you know, that doesn't mean that is not it.
Yeah.
The only challenge sometimes we could have is people around us or negative people who are projecting their fears and their concerns on you because they can't do it or they don't want to do it or it's not their calling or God didn't give them that vision. They tend to kind of push it on you. But I'm so tunnel vision that you could say what you want to say.
Yeah.
It's like if God says it's cool, then it's cool with me.
It's yeah. Yes, I like this mindset, and
Yeah.
I can say that like most of our women should have this kind of mindset because whatever like they are facing, it's like keep going and not like worried about what anybody said. Either you do it right, either you do it one day. They will keep.
Well, again, as I mentioned to you about my ministry, and women is my ministry, and I've been doing it in different ways. This is why I will be having a women empowerment event that's going to be different than the usual. The usual is wonderful and it's great and it's needed, but I'm going to come from the perspective of this is where you are and how do you get to the next step. We're not going to sit and dwell on what happened in the past and cry, which is sometimes you do need to let it out. But I'm going to want the women to leave out knowing what's the 3 steps or the 10 steps they're going to do to have this mindset that I've worked for years to have. Yeah.
How did you have to change as a person to become the woman you are today?
The only thing I had to change is my mind. I just had to make up my mind that this is the woman I'm going to be. And that is what God says I am. Because when people or society may perceive you differently or call you names or say things, thank God they've never done it to my face. But you have to remember what God said you are. So it was a journey for me. I've always had this confidence in God, but I've learned how to use my mind. I've learned how to use what God's given me, which is our mental, and to stand in his word and understand.
Okay. You lead in spaces where confidence and credibility matter. What does leadership mean to you as a woman?
To me, leadership means many things because I believe we all are leaders in our own rights. We may not be the president or we may not be the supervisor. It could be leading in your life, besides God that leads us. It could be in your household. So leadership, learning to take a leadership of whatever that ministry God gives you is a blessing. Leadership, rather we like it. I always felt like I didn't want to be in leadership or have leadership, but sometimes you're leading and not even realizing you're leading, because your life sometimes could be leading your children or your nieces or your nephews or other people who are watching and you don't even know.
Yeah,
Yeah.
I can tell that. What do people misunderstand most about strong women?
People misunderstand strong women. Sometimes they think that you have it all figured out, and that you're always good. And we're human and we're machines and we don't know everything. And regardless, at the end of the day, we're human and we have those human emotions. Yeah.
Yes, it is. At what point did you realize this was bigger than like money? Like your purpose.
I always knew it was bigger than money, because in the industry I'm in, and many of us, it doesn't start with money. You might need money to start it and everything, but you may not. Anybody who's in business, or who's leading, sometimes I feel like your why and your passion is the only thing that's going to keep you. And ever since I could remember in my life, I had this creativity, entertainment inside of me. I didn't put it there. I just woke up one day. My first love was music. I would sing to the trees. I would sing to anybody. If I saw something on TV, I would reenact it. It just comes natural. So when something comes natural like that, and then you make money doing it, it's a blessing. So I would say I'm in the business of people. You know.
Yes, it is. When people hear the name Sandra Justice years from now, what do you want it to represent?
It definitely is and will remain to be very impactful, because I am going to pour everything that God has placed in me. Because I believe that when God gives you the vision, He gives you the provision, and that He always makes a way. And there will be a legacy. I don't want to be, just popular. I want to make a difference in women's lives, specifically in all lives, but specifically in women. And I have a couple of entities, meaning businesses, that after I'm long gone, you're going to still hear it. I have some you already know, and there's so many more coming that I'm really excited about. So after I'm done and gone, like, I'm a huge fan of Michael Jackson and a lot of people. It's like I say to myself, what do you want people to remember when you're gone? Is it being that annoying person, or is it that person who made an impact where you left a legacy behind that it's going to be forever? And that's for certain.
Yes. I can also say, like, when I'm always into like women too, because it was always like that since I was born. I'm gonna be there. I'm gonna stand firm in that. I always tell myself that if I'm somewhere, like, if I succeed somewhere, it's gonna be for all the women.
A wonderful thing.
Yes, and because, like, I want to teach them so they can be everything they are dreaming of. It's like, don't let people like keep telling you that you are this. I like proving people when I'm a woman.
So basically, they're pushing their limitations on you, and it's not fair. I do believe there's a huge difference in men and women. I mean, I love being a woman. I wouldn't change that for the world. But these limitations about you, why can't you be a mechanic? Of course, you could be an engineer. You could be anything you want to be.
Yes, but they usually like set a limit, like, to women, this is something that you can't do. This is other thing.
They've been doing it for years. They stopped us at secretary and nursing.
Yes.
And then now we're doing so much more. If that's what your calling is, that's where your heart is.
If you tell me that in my face, I literally gonna keep up for that. Whatever it is. Yeah. That's why I said every time I saw like a woman, a successful woman, like supporting other women, because I really like being a woman, like, it's a fierce space, and they are like pushing you and shows you that you're capable of everything. This is why I really like them.
Yes, and good for you. And even with you doing this show, this is being a voice and an outlet for women.
Yes, I do. Thank you. These conversations that we mind always that it's not only the titles, but it's like you being you and just leading with your purpose, your calling, and just keep pushing and don't mind anybody around and telling that you won't be able to do it. So I feel like I can ends to say that if this conversation talk to anybody, so they can listen to it and just as you say, just keep doing what you were doing, and one day it's gonna pay the price.
Definitely. Yeah.
Thank you for being here.
It's a pleasure. Thank you for having me.
And say, see you next time.
See you next time.
Yeah, it was Conversations That Build. Until next time.